John, and we're talking about Ben Affleck's cancelled Batman movie. Was called Fucking Awesome by Insider as new details emerge now.
Couldn't get fucking in, so I just put awesome.
Probably got a strike for that.
Yeah,
John, the last time we saw it, well, I did. I saw Ben Affleck was playing Bruce Wayne in the Flash movie. You need to see it. It's fantastic, John. I did like it. I really liked it. You know, I don't care what anyone says. It's a good film. Ezra Miller's a fantastic actor, and I don't care what anyone says. Listen, the guy's
Stephen, he's fucking brilliant.
The guy can be a nut bar all he wants off screen. I'm watching this actor. I'm watching this actor, and it's fantastic.
We're all nut bars. There's not one human being alive that's not a nut bar, and if they tell you they're not a nut bar, they're fucking lying to you. We're all eccentric, crazy bastards.
Ben's limited time in the film, John, wasn't wasted either. It was really good in it. You know, and you've got to remember, people are all talking about Michael Keaton's performance in it, which was fantastic. What we expect from Michael Keaton, but Affleck did a good job as well, considering the relationship at this point in his career with the studio as well had soured, that he was willing to come back to put a few wrongs right, if you like. Yeah. Probably as well, I think, you know, obviously the Bond with Ezra Miller as well, working on the Justice League films, and I think Ezra Miller was in Batman v Superman for a brief scene, wasn't
he? I think he was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was.
It was when he threw the bat thing, wasn't it? Bruce Wayne threw it, and
Aquaman with the trident.
Yeah. I think so. It's all blending into one now. Maybe I'm wrong, but my point is, John,
was that
Affleck he made an impression in the Flash movie for all the limited time he was on. It was pretty interesting stuff, and some words of wisdom to young Barry Allen as well, messing with time. But this,
he was, Stephen.
This he's talking about. Obviously, we covered this, I think, a few years ago when the good times with Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck were sort of main attractions to DC, but not now. But
how dark is the fucking Snyder movies?
It's fantastic.
Stylistically, they're fucking epic, aren't they?
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah, I mean, John, I wouldn't say I was a shill for him or anything like that, but he's I've got an appreciation for his style, and I've liked it from before his DC stuff.
Was dickheads hating on Man of Steel because it was too dark? We not had enough fucking lycra, spandex wearing, sort of fluffy fucking goody two shoes Superman movies. Come on, we've been doing it for 40 years. Fuck's sake. Listen, change it up.
Tonally, there's room for all. If you want to watch the more sort of lighter stuff, you can watch Christopher Reeve. I fucking love Christopher Reeve Superman films. My young daughter, 3-year-old, loves Superman. Loves Christopher Reeve Superman. Loves Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. She's actually shouting at the TV the other day, "Come on, Spider-Man! Come on!" So there you go. But anyway, it's fantastic.
She's fucking class.
She's trying to climb the walls, which isn't. But anyway.
That's like train spotting. So I'll get back to you and McGregor again.
In a new interview with Inverse, Oliver, who did storyboards and consulting on various DCEU projects, shared what he was allowed to say about Affleck's Batman movie. While hoping to be able to spill the beans in the movie, Oliver stressed that Affleck was planning on building off of storylines in the Batman mythos over the last 80 years and approaching it from a new kind of perspective. To this day,
with Matt Reeves.
Oliver wishes the film could have happened as he stated the following. That's a big quote, so bear with me.
It's 2 quotes.
So better take a drink. I can't really say too much other than it was fucking awesome. It was the best. It was amazing. From my understanding, there was a couple of drafts of it when I was brought on. I don't know whether it was the second draft or something, but it was what Jeff Johns and Ben Affleck had shown me. I've worked on a lot of Batman things, and what was really cool about it was tying together a lot of really cool Batman storylines that had never been really explored. Ben's story was going to cover something that had never really been covered in the comics, but was building off of storylines in the Batman mythos over the last 8 years and approaching it from a new kind of perspective. It was very clever, and there was a lot of things about it that I really loved that I wish that came to fruition. It was really a great project in the beginning. Ben had to step away for personal reasons, and I totally understood, but the time that I spent with Ben working on the project was fantastic. Maybe someday I can spill the beans, but I still can't talk about it. Oh, under contract then. It's interesting because this guy obviously knows he's Batman.
He's got a bat cave.
Yeah, working on. I mean, this actual chap. You know, that's quoted here, John Oliver. And I think, it's Jay Oliver. He's a DC storyboard artist. So he's obviously done a lot of work with DC. He's done a lot of work with obviously previous Batman stuff. And this was obviously before the reboot with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't have got it. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. Depends on what your experience was with obviously the Matt Reeves stuff. But
at one point, it had 3 different Batman,
yeah.
iterations, Batman, floating around in different universes.
Yeah.
So
Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck's, and obviously Robert Pattinson's.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on this though, John? Because we have covered obviously the whole Ben Affleck's story thing and all that, but coming from this chap, it's quite sad that they can't talk about it. They can't say what it's going to be.
It'll come out at some point.
But perhaps maybe the studio will keep it by for another time.
No, I just think they're arseholes, Stephen, really, Warner Brothers. I think they've got a real hatred for Snyder and for his vision for the characters. And ultimately, they want to just hush it, no matter what. They don't want to even have an inkling in case the fandom that follow, and they're very fervent, the fandom that follow Zack Snyder, maybe go on Twitter and demand that it gets made or something, I don't know. And all the baggage that comes with that. I understand it, but they are arseholes. Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Warner Brothers.
But one thing we do know though is that
look at the way they claim videos.
Was Deathstroke was
Joe
going to be,
Manganiello. He was in the post credits, wasn't he, for Justice League?
Yeah.
And that's something we lost, Stephen. We like to slag Arrow off from time to time, Stephen Amell, Oliver Queen. But also that wasn't Joe Manganiello, it was another geezer.
Still a good character, yeah.
But the Deathstroke character was fucking epic.
Yeah.
Brilliant villain in that TV show. Really visceral, hard-hitting character.
Yeah.
And to see him on steroids taking on Batman would have been a sight to behold. And Joe Manganiello's a big, sort of towering specimen of a guy. Yeah. Gentle, brilliant geezer, incidentally. I've watched videos of him getting a Dungeon and Dragons table, custom made.
Passionate about Dungeon, D&D, John.
His room, he is
He's
passionate.
in Big Bang Theory.
I can imagine.
Himself playing it, yeah.
He's fucking epic, Steve. He's got a room dedicated
with William
to it in his house. William Shatner
and Kevin Smith.
The Shat. Fuck me, that. I'd love to be in that room.
And Stuart from the comic book store. Don't know how you get an invite, but yeah.
He's got one of the most fucking established Dungeon and Dragon. I can't say that tonight. Dungeon and Dragon. D&D sort of get-togethers at the whole of Hollywood. We're all playing D&D. DVD. That's when you know you're playing it too much. It's time to step away. I think he's got David Beinoff, DB Weiss. There's quite a few. The Big Show, the wrestler.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking amazing sort of group of people that come
Kareem
around.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, he may be. Yeah. He's got loads of people coming around. But where was I going with that? Yeah, I mean, he's a big fucking towering, brilliant specimen of a guy. He would have been amazing as a villain in these movies.
Yep.
And to see him bouncing off of Ben Affleck would have been fantastic. Stephen, going back to the script, it's not a surprise that he's waxing lyrical about it. Because at the time when it was announced, people were absolutely pissing themselves with excitement about this script. It was going around 3, 4, 5 years ago, whenever it was, that there was something special here, that Ben had delivered something truly inspiring. And then it was also announced that he was stepping away, and it was just complete bemusement and disappointment that we weren't going to get that movie that everyone was waxing lyrical about.
Yeah.
So it doesn't surprise me reading these comments that this guy's saying it's fucking awesome, because that's something that was repeated again and again, and not just by one sycophantic lone voice. Multiple people close to the movie, close to the script, says it was absolutely unbelievable. Ben was passionate about the character. He's got a fucking bat, cave in his house, a room inspired by it. He clearly understands the character on a fundamental level. Here's that word again. I was using that a lot last night. So ultimately, it's just disappointing we never got it. Because I spoke about it last night, Stephen. Henry Cavill was wronged with this DCU. They pushed away that man's prime years as an actor.
It was ridiculous,
when he could have been delivering unbelievable performances as Superman. We've seen what he could do in Man of Steel. We've seen what he did in the sort of Batman v Superman stuff. Obviously, it get memed to fuck with the whole... What was it? Martha, was that his mother's name? And it was obviously Bruce's mother's name.
Yeah.
But then what he did in the sort of reanimation scene when he was wrecking shop... The best thing in Justice League, that Joss Whedon Justice League cut. So they pushed away his prime years as Superman, and they also pushed away the prime sort of chance for Ben Affleck to play Batman. It's an era of missed opportunities from Warner Brothers, and it's all down to fucking studio interference and
another
meddling.
missed opportunity was obviously the Batgirl film as well, which they actually filmed and could afford to just bin it. Obviously, Michael Keaton playing a bigger role in that as well. You get Brendan Fraser, J.K. Simmons coming back as Commissioner Gordon. I mean, it's. I don't get them at times. I really don't understand. Yeah, I mean,
across the board,
crazy, absolutely crazy. But again,
and this is probably the most sort of jarring one, because we never really had a Superman story that was there. The blueprints were laid out and they could have shot it. With this, we had a script.
Yeah.
By all accounts, it's a fucking great script. Ben's a brilliant Batman. He was completely different to any other Batman that came before. A grizzled, sort of veteran, different kind of Batman. I love that line. What was it he says? I can't remember what came before, but do you bleed? And he said it to Superman.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you bleed? I think that's what it was. Just brilliant. I loved it.
Extended version. I don't know if you ever watched the extended version of Batman v Superman.
I've not seen it extended. I heard it was better.
Was really good, John. A different tone and different, obviously, pace. But I thought it was more interesting. I thought it was good.
You know that.
In terms of, obviously, Justice League, I know that I've said this before and I know it's not a popular opinion. I wasn't really that bothered by the Justice League's, Snyder cut when it was released, to be honest with you. I think I was just beyond caring, to be honest with you. I think if it had come out the way it came out at the right time, not the Josh Whedon one, I would have appreciated it, but I think the Josh Whedon one just ruined everything that was going to come after it. Even if they did the new cut and it was back with Snyder, just something about it, I lost my enthusiasm for it, like most people, for DC stuff at that point, Aquaman I watched casually, wasn't really that bothered if I seen it or didn't. Wonder Woman 84, didn't like it. I thought the first film was okay, it was good, but they've never really reached those heights, DC. They've never really reached the heights of, I know Man of Steel probably is a bit Marmite with a lot of people, but the people that do like it put it in high regard as a really good Superman film.
What you want, really?
Yeah.
What more do you want from a movie?
And I don't think they ever reached those heights again.
Michael Shannon playing a villain.
Yeah.
Costner, who's Marmite for me, but he was great in that movie.
He was good, really good.
Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's fucking Superman. I mean, what do you want from a movie? Tell me.
Lawrence Fishburne, was he in that as well? Or was he in that one? Was he Perry White? I can't remember. Daily Planet guy. I'm pretty sure he was in it. I've not seen it in such a long time, John, but...
And he was a fucking unit, wasn't he, Henry? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It was to the point where I actually thought he was CGI'd when he was walking out the water.
Yeah.
Topless. I'm like, this guy's a fucking joke.
The harbour scene when he's got the beard.
Joke, absolute joke physique.
Well, this is the thing, John. I know we're going off on a tangent here, but we'll talk about Ben Affleck as well, because I thought he was a fucking really good older Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Playing that an older version of him, which we always wanted to see. We'd always seen Bruce Wayne at that sort of peak years of his 30s. His late 20s, early 30s. This was an older, grizzled one that had already lived the life of Batman that we didn't see, that he had a past. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was an interesting take, and I thought Ben Affleck played that very well. In terms of Henry Cavill, in terms of obviously the character Clark Kent / Superman, it's a very particular role. It's not everyone can apply for that kind of role. You've got to be a Henry Cavill type.
You've got to be a unit. You've got to be a physical specimen. You've got to have acting chops. You've got to have a strong Helen.
Telling you, Michael B. Jordan.
I'm all for it, man. Yeah. I think there's still talks of a J.J. Abrams studio producing Bad Robot. I think it is producing an alternate Superman from, I forget the name of the earth, but it was inspired by Barack Obama, I think, when he became president.
Yeah.
And it was a black Superman. I fucking want to see it.
Yeah.
Because what it would do...
I just want to see it because it's Michael
I see it for Michael B. Jordan, but just what it would do again, Stephen, like what Black Panther did before it, inspiring a generation of young black kids coming up to think, well, that could be me.
Yeah.
What that does for a generation of kids.
I mean, we're seeing it in DC as well, John. We are seeing, obviously, Commissioner Gordon in the Matt Reeves one.
Yeah.
Jeffrey...
Right.
I
think.
Is that Jeffrey Wright? Is that his name? I'm terrible with names tonight. I don't know what it is. Is this cider or apple juice I'm drinking? I think it's is it Jeffrey Wright?
Might not be, Stephen. You're asking me. I'm probably not the best one because I'm terrible with names as well. Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey
Thank
Wright. I
God.
don't know why. I don't know why. James Commissioner Gordon.
No, so Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I was going to say something there.
She was phenomenal in that, wasn't
Blue
she?
Beetle. Blue Beetle's coming out.
You
It's
talked
another
about
one.
that last night, John. Yeah,
Sort of South
The
American
worst
superhero.
promotion ever. But I think
I seen
Sin.
it on a fucking billboard. I'm like, my God, that's that film.
I think Sin hit the nail on the head last night. Obviously, with the strikes going on, it's probably had an impact on promotion.
What happened to the Steven Spielberg DC World War II pilot movie? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
It's like a comic book thing.
Yeah.
What's fucking happened to that?
Don't know. I think probably
mean-
maybe he just did that musical last year, didn't he?
Yeah, West End.
And
West
it
Side Story.
didn't really go down well, did it?
It's a remake though.
Yeah, don't know what he's thinking. Come on,
It's a
Steve.
remake. You're never going to top the original.
But in terms of that, I don't know if we'll ever see the light of day, John. You're probably right, probably won't. It's just like Batgirl, we'll never see the light of day of anything coming from that.
Like Gambit with Channing
is a shame.
Tatum.
okay. Yeah, it's never going to happen, is it?
And then on the flip side, there was another one, wasn't there? There was Teen. Oh fuck, what they called again? X-Men spin-off.
That was an X-Men spin-off, was it not?
What was that?
The Gambit,
Gambit, but there was another one.
was it?
Yeah, it actually came out in the end. 4 kids. Macy Williams from
Oh
Game
yeah,
of Thrones was in it.
the Young Mutants, yeah,
Young Mutants.
yeah.
That
the
was
New
the New Mutants.
yeah,
The New Mutants.
yeah.
It flew under the radar. Seemed to be in release purgatory. Then it came out and
That
it was
was
shit.
the most anticipated film of 2017. It didn't come out
18,
first.
19.
Yeah.
And then it came out and it was shit.
Yeah.
Fucking rubbish.
Again, John, it's momentum, and you're talking about that. And that's what I'm talking about with the Justice League. There's the Josh Whedon one.
Yeah.
Once that happens, you know the momentum's gone.
Gone.
It's very hard to pick up again. I don't
can't-
really
you can't-
care what they do with Aquaman now. I
fucking
don't care what they
can't.
do with Wonder Woman. Don't care. I just don't care.
Steve, you cannot take a visionary director like Zack Snyder, give him full creative control of a universe, blueprint out fucking multiple movies, potentially 3 Justice League movies,
Yep.
have him leave and bring in someone else and just substitute him like that. That's not the way it
I
works,
get,
man. It's
obviously,
his
there was a
fucking-
personal thing with
Yeah.
Zach, to be fair, John, and I get the studio had to put a film out, but I just think they went about it all the wrong way, especially as you said, they've pre-planned this and they could have worked around it. They could have readjusted some things. They could have brought. I always think that the Justice League came out too soon anyway. You could have threw
It
in
did, absolutely
more.
did.
You could have put Aquaman and Shazam in there before you even got to the Justice League, just to delay things until Zach was ready to.
They hadn't earned it,
pick up.
Stephen. We says it at
No,
the
they
time.
hadn't. No,
They did not earn that
no,
ensemble movie.
no.
You have to do your due diligence with characters. You have to do character building, world building like Marvel did. I mean, they waited. It was 2007, 8. You're talking 2012, I think. Avengers came out. 5 fucking years of storytelling.
Yeah,
Introducing the characters, interconnecting, and then we get the ensemble movie.
yeah.
Fucking Man of Steel came out
2012, yeah.
2013.
2013, yeah.
and they're bringing Justice League out 4 years later.
Yeah.
But
Didn't
there's
even have a
nowhere
Batman film.
Near, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's nowhere near the amount of fucking
Yeah.
story building, character
terrible.
building. That's the no.
I think the whole
Come
purpose of the Batman v Superman, I know it's based off comics and that, but I think it suited the studio, throw the two of them together in
Yeah.
a movie, and that's one less movie we've got to do, so we
Yeah.
can get to the Justice League, and we're catching up with,
But then it ruins
with the
two of them.
MCU, which you're never going to do at that
No.
point, because they were years of planning on
Stephen, I spoke to Sin about this last
Yeah.
night. Sin made the point last night about introducing new characters. There's loads of characters in DC and Marvel that are not major characters. Fucking Mike. And I says at the time, DC have got this infatuation with their crown jewels.
that. Yeah.
Batman, Superman, the big name villains, the big name heroes, getting their movies out, but they just keep reciting the same shit. We've
Yep.
had multiple Batman
Yep.
characters. There's only been really 2, 3, I'd say 3 in the last 30 years. 4, 3.5. I'll give Ben some sort of. I mean, you didn't get a movie, you said it yourself,
No.
Stephen. You didn't get a proper movie. We screwed. Certainly Nolan's Christian Bale one. I don't know what I was about to say, Christopher Bale. Clown. Matt Reeves with Pattinson's
Yeah.
looking promising, and obviously Michael Keaton.
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale. I'd be better with that fucking Gareth Bale. No, you wouldn't. Christian was fucking amazing. What am I
Yeah.
talking about? They just keep fucking going to the same big sort of players, the big superhero characters.
yeah, it's
and
their
there's so
go-to, yeah.
many
Yep.
interesting sub-level superhero characters that they could make movies about, villain stories they can make
I think
movies
they're
about.
trying, they are trying, John. I mean,
Seen it with Marvel,
yeah.
Stephen. Fucking Black Widow.
Yeah.
Hawkeye. Who'd fucking heard of these characters?
Yeah, I think they did them they handled them right though, putting them in with bigger characters to introduce them and then fleshing them out.
Steve, I'm going to ask you a question here. Had you heard of Captain America and Iron Man prior to them coming out?
Yeah.
Were they, in your mind, as big as Hulk, Spider-Man?
No. I'd heard of them, John, but Hulk and Spider-Man were the main two for me. I knew about Iron Man. I knew about Thor as well.
I knew about Thor,
but just they were sort of background. They were the way we perceive the likes of Black Widow and Hawkeye when the Avengers came out. That's the way I perceived Iron Man.
They made those characters primary characters
at that stage when I was younger. You know, I think it's probably because I grew up with the Spider-Man TV series and obviously the Hulk TV series as well.
Yeah.
So that it's I suppose we all get different experiences, but that's the way I saw it.
But for me, when I think of Marvel, I think of Spider-Man right away.
Yeah.
And I think of Hulk.
Yeah.
And off the top of my head, who else would I say I'd think about? It's got to be someone.
Probably
think of the Winter Soldier.
The Fantastic Four was probably
also
another
X-Men
one
as well, Stephen. I mean, they were always under the Marvel umbrella. Like so Wolverine, Charles Xavier, Magneto. Those were characters that you immediately fucking
Doctor
Mystique,
Doom,
Doctor Doom. Those are the characters you immediately
I see your man Cillian Murphy's been linked with the Doctor Doom character again.
Getting Cillian in a comic book movie would be something else.
Yeah, it'd be some pull, wouldn't it?
What a man.
But anyway.
Love him. Love him, man. Love listening to him talking. He's just got a brilliant, I think he's from Cork. Maybe. I need to search it up. I'm going to do that just now before we go.
He needs to do a Klaus Verman biopic. That's what he needs to do.
He really does, yeah. Oh, fuck, that'd be amazing. What a life.
Yeah.
What a life. What a guy. Is he from Cork? He's from Douglas. I'm talking shit.
Douglas. Same age as me.
He's from Cork. Views over Cork. It's pretty much Cork.
Yeah, same age as me.
He's the same age as you, Kelly. He's fucking looking good for his age, isn't he, Stephen?
Phenomenal.
To be fair, so are you, Stephen. You don't look your age at all.
I prefer to look like Cillian.
Cillian has got the combination of just chiseled fucking cheeks and jaw and just piercing. What you, Stephen, to be fair, piercing blue eyes.
It's the hair.
The hair is unbelievable.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
But it's just his manner. Yeah. He's almost fucking state-like. You see him in a room full of huge personalities. Christopher Nolan, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt. He just sits there, studiously, sitting quiet. And when he's got to say his bit, he takes over the whole fucking room.
Oh, you saw that in Dark Knight Rises when he's sitting in that big chair?
He's just amazing, man. I love the fucking guy.
He sends him out onto the ice.
Yeah. If you think I'm going out in that ice willingly, then you're... what is it he says?
Then you're getting another thing coming.
Okay then, I sentence you to death by exile. Fucking, you're going out, you prick. And Stephen, I don't know if you're aware, last thing I'll say on this, and this is a complete tangent, I spoke about this last night as well. Conbini, the name of the channel on YouTube, I highly recommend you go on and watch it. French video channel.
Okay.
Like shop. It's got all the fucking DVDs. And their interviewing technique is amazing. They get directors and actors in, and they get around their shop and they pick out their favourite movies, they break it down, the inspirations. It's fucking amazing. Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy were on it. Brad Pitt and David Leitch were on it for Bullet Train. Fucking brilliant concept. Really, really good. I love it when they do that.
Yeah.
They take the concept of an interview and they do something different and wacky with the format. Hot Ones.
Hot Ones, yeah.
Just
taking pizza one as well.
Yeah, they're just taking the formality out of it.
Yeah.
What
the gentleman cast,
They just take the formality out of the interview. They put the person at ease. And you see, Steve, we were talking about the AI stuff, the bookend it all beautifully, hopefully. You're talking about bringing in AI husks, albeit it's background sort of supporting actors, extras if you'd like. But we mentioned the big name actors. You couldn't replace a Daniel Day-Lewis or a Leonardo DiCaprio, even a Brad Pitt, who's underrated for me. I think he's a fucking amazing actor, so knowledgeable. The performances they bring, that is sheer inspiration. And even Nick Cage, that's inspired through real love for the craft, for film history. And when you get these guys in a situation like that and you actually pick their brains, you see the knowledge coming out. Brad Pitt's knowledge in film, fucking sensational. Cillian Murphy, Nick Cage is like an encyclopedia. Quentin Tarantino, these guys understand the fundamentals of film, the history of film, what it takes to deliver a performance, the technical side of things. Wes Anderson done one as well. I went down a rabbit hole with that channel, can you tell? His knowledge of film is fucking unbelievable, man. He knows everything, the songs, the composers, everything, man. You cannot replace that with AI, ever. You can't do it. You need the human touch. Only humans. Are we human?
And that brings it around to what we're talking about at the start.
Exactly. Yeah.